off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it round my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car. Wherever I choose to go, it won't take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden.
We would like to welcome you to episode 3 of Mama's on the Move. I am Brandy Hunter-Lewis.
And I am Keisha Johnson.
So we're just going to get started, jump right on in there. Miss Keisha, so I want you to tell me how your week was.
My week was, it was really good, actually. Cause,
Okay.
Let me talk about DJ. I know everybody's like, okay, what did DJ
What
do
he
this
do
week?
now?
I know, but because he loves the podcast, by the way. He's been listening, and he said, Mom, you make it sound like I'm kind of like a bad kid. You never talk about the good stuff I do. And he had a valid point because he is a great kid. He really doesn't give me any problems, but he is really flourishing in public school.
Wow.
And I'm just so excited about watching his growth and his confidence.
Yeah.
And it was funny because Miko said to me, you was all that crying you did on the first day. People in life got real world problems. You cried because your baby got to go to public school with your bougie ass.
Right. I told you the same thing.
I know, but it really wasn't about, I was just nervous about him going from a school with 300 total kids.
Yeah.
And you in a school with 1,600 kids.
But let me tell you something about your son, okay? DJ can hold his own.
Yeah.
In any situation. Whether you realize it or not, he is so much your child. I mean, Daryl, just how quick-witted he is.
Yeah.
Like some of his captions and just even some of the stories you share with me about him, I'm like, DJ don't miss a beat, okay?
Yeah.
So I was confident that he was going to be able to handle that transition well.
Well, I think people outside see our children differently. And you know, you've been around him since he was 6 years old.
Right.
So you've been around him since he's grown up. It was funny the other day, he was cutting the grass. Girl, my yard looked like a freaking crop circle. But he did really good in the front part, but like down up toward the gate, it got bad.
Yeah, he got tired.
Basically, pretty much.
Wait, now mind you, she got about 10 acres that he got.
But only 5 of them he have to cut, and that's what around it.
But 5 acres is a lot,
right,
okay?
Right. So he said, I wish you would buy me an edger. Mm-hmm. And I said, what are you gonna do with an edger? And he said, oh, Aunt Brandy showed me how to do that. Me and Chase a long time ago. So I was like, oh Lord. I said, I did not know anything about that. But he's flourishing in public school. But a big thing that happened this week, my brother's birthday is actually this coming Wednesday. And he'll be 50. Mm-hmm. But we celebrated his birthday on Saturday night.
Y'all did it big.
Oh my God. It was the coolest thing ever. So a really good friend of his, Nate Smith. Yeah, that's okay. So Nate and Stephanie surprised him with a billboard. They said happy. Did you see it?
Girl, I didn't see the actual bill. I just saw the picture.
The post.
Yeah, yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm driving down 285 minding my business and I see my brother on this huge billboard, happy 50th birthday, George Jones.
I know you were so excited.
Oh my God. I was so excited.
And he was surprised, right? He didn't know.
No, he didn't know anything about it. KJ, his wife, Keisha, her name is Keisha. Well, her name is Keisha Jones.
Yes.
Same name as
that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
The irony of that. Like, how does your brother marry a woman who has the same name as his sister?
But let me tell you what's so funny. Her personality is a lot like mine. And it's so funny. I told him, I said, ain't that something how you ended up with somebody
just
ultimately like me? She just be like real to the point and stuff like that. So it's funny. But no, he had about 150 good friends that came out that night. We celebrated him. And
I would have been there if it were not for Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Right. I know. It was a few people who actually didn't make it because of the Beyonce and Jay-Z concert. Yeah. And most of those that were there were going Sunday night. So
right.
Bay and Jay took over Atlanta for the weekend. But I'm proud of how DJ is flourishing. And he's kind of coming into his own. I posted a picture of us yesterday from the night of the party. And I looked at it and I said, when did he get this grown?
Girl, that grown and that fine, okay?
I mean,
see, I can say it. I'm auntie.
Right,
so
exactly.
I can say, because I ain't got no ill intentions,
Exactly.
I can say that your young man is fine because he is, girl. He just looked so dapper in that suit jacket and it was kind of custom fitted and had his little, well, they weren't Jordans. What were they, like Air Force?
I don't know what they call those. I think they're Air Force One.
No, they're retros.
Yep,
they're retros.
Okay, because you've been forever.
Girl,
but
yes.
you could, girl, DJ walked back and forth so much at that party. I was like, boy, the circles on your Apple Watch are closing because you are walking. He thought he was so fine, honey. I'm telling you, could not tell him anything. But I really think him being able to, and I was one of those people, I think I was a public school snob, kind of. And to see what it has done for his confidence, the teachers are different. No disrespect to where he attended because we had some good years there. But I do find that the teachers in public school, it at least appears they want to see your kids succeed more. Like they probably do more coddling in public school than in private school.
Yeah.
Private school is very much like, listen, this is what you're supposed to do. Here's the 17,000 pages of syllabus and you know what needs to be done when it needs to be done. That's what I felt like he needed more of what he's getting at public school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's more structured?
In public school?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's more structured. I think private school is more structured. But I just feel like the teachers, I don't want to say they care more, but
so you feel like they care more, but would you say, because it feels like to me in now I don't know, I have no reference to compare, like as far, because my kids have always been in public school. Let me tell you that, okay? I had 3, and as a single mama, I would have loved to have been in a position to put them in private, but you know, I was also resourceful though, you know, because I would put them in charter schools.
Right.
So I found some great charter schools that they were able to attend. But I've always been, I guess, somewhat lucky because if the school district that we were district for, if I didn't feel like it was a fit, I was able to get them in charter.
Right.
So that's how parents who may desire to put their kids in private, you have options. If you don't know, please look into charter because that's always a good option for you.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. So he's really flourishing. And my brother, back to my brother is very, very shy. He is the opposite of me.
Yeah.
I'm actually shy. I know people find that hard to believe, but I really, really am. I have to really look at
When?
Luther looking at me.
I'm curious.
Luther looking at me like,
at what point? Like when you by yourself in the mornings?
Definitely when I'm in the morning because I'm not a morning person. But my brother is really, really shy. So to see him, because he didn't want to have the party.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you got to let your wife do this for you. And you know, I kind of deboed him a little bit, but he was then happy that he did it. But to see all of these people come and spend that time and give him his flowers while he's here.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, we good about talking about folks when they gone. That's what I want y'all to do. Give me my flowers while I'm here.
You deserve them.
Right.
Yeah,
I did tell y'all what I want y'all to do when I die though, right? You remember?
Yeah, but I don't like
I know
those,
you don't like talking about that, but it's the reality. I know those
conversations.
mortality. I just want y'all to be very, very dramatically sad. I don't want y'all trying to be strong and hold it together. I want y'all to be devastated. Don't be up in there trying to be strong for me.
But you know what? You make everybody laugh. So it's you can't be too devastated not to share that aspect of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you made everybody laugh, and it would be hard to just be, you know, sobbing and not share, be able to keep yourself together enough to share how you were, like you were so jovial and crack jokes all the time.
Okay, well, find some point in the funeral.
No,
where
I
you're
will.
devastated.
I will.
Okay.
We will. I
all
promise
right.
you.
But anyway, so that was, you know, that was.
That's our promise, and we put that out there to everybody. Okay,
right.
So.
But I ain't going nowhere. God willing, and the creek don't rise. I'm not going nowhere no time soon.
No time soon, honey. I claim.
Do y'all
that.
know what God willing, and the creek don't rise mean?
Please explain, because she has these little colloquialisms.
I know what you're saying.
You know
I
what I'm
got
trying
you,
to say?
girl. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So you know where I was going with it. She has these, and it seems like she has a book of them that she'll just pull out her. Yes. I'm like, where do you get that from? What does that
you
mean?
You DM'd me that night. I said I felt like I had been rolled hard and put up wet.
Yeah, I'm like, Keisha, you know, I've heard this so many times, but I do not know what that means. Please help me, okay? I don't want to ask you in public. God. Please help me.
Well,
what
in the
does that
equestrian world, you know, we had horses when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So in the equestrian world, after you ride, there's a process, you know, of cooling the horse down and grooming them properly before you stable them.
Yeah.
And so when you so tired, you know, the horse is just exhausted.
Yeah.
And you just ride them hard and put them up wet. That's what it means.
Road. So, you know, I thought you were saying road, ROLLED. You're saying road, ROD.
No, I feel like I've been rode hard and put up wet.
Okay,
like when
that
I've had
kinda
those
makes sense
long
to me.
days and like,
yeah,
you
rode
know,
hard and put up wet.
Show 15 houses.
But how many of y'all rode horses? Let's go back to that. I'm sorry. I grew up in Chicago, and Gary, we ain't even seen a horse. How do you grow up riding horses?
Well, we had a
bougie.
No, because I grew up in Zone 4, but we had, you know, they had a ranch with some horses on it that my parents owned the land.
That's all I'm saying. Private school.
I mean, it was just
that's all I'm saying.
I went to public school after the first year, but anyway, so anyway, that's that on that. But that was my week. But I gotta reference one thing that just my heart is heavy because I love me some Auntie Aretha.
Oh, honey, yes, we do.
Oh, my God. I mean, I know it's like I'm 47. People probably feel like, what in the world? You know about, let me tell you something. That song, she has a song called Angel. You know Angel? Have you heard that?
I've heard it. I don't know that I'm as familiar with it as you are. Because you just broke down all the lyrics. I'm like, ooh, that sounds beautiful.
Well, it's because it's a conversation. Basically, her sister calls her. and she says, I need to see you when you can. I need to talk to you when you can. So
Yeah.
when she goes over to visit her sister, she said, instead of me telling you what I'm going through, I'm gonna just put this song on and let you hear it. And basically in the song, she's saying that I want love in my life. You know, I'm lonely, and the misery that I'm feeling. And in the end, though, Aretha, you know, because they're like having a conversation. In the end, she says, just keep cooking and keep looking. Basically, you're gonna be all right.
Oh, just keep cooking and keep looking.
Right.
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that.
So I just love the idea, because I know what it's like as a woman to have to call my girl.
Yeah.
And not necessarily about a man or lack thereof.
Right.
But there have been those conversations too. Like,
Absolutely.
okay, God, it's been almost 10 years. What
Right.
are we doing?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Like, clock is ticking, honey.
Yeah. But you know, I read something, The Secret, the lady talked about it in The Secret, about how you have to prepare. And she was talking the story about a lady who, you know, was wanting a relationship, and she had not cleaned out her closet to make space. Girl, you know, I got all that
That's
stuff in
deep.
both closets. I said, I'm gonna go home and clean these closets.
Yes, she did. But is that when you got the dumpster?
Well, I did get rid of a lot of stuff with the dumpster, but
Yeah.
I moved my other clothes into his closet when he, you know what I mean? But
Right.
it took me 3 years to even move his stuff.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
took me a while, and I actually didn't even do it. The girl who cleans my house, she did it for me one day. I said, I'm gonna be gone most of the day. Just, if you can just take care of it for me, because it was just time. But I just could never bring myself to get that stuff and put it up.
It took me even longer than that.
Did it really?
Yes, until I moved. Recently,
When you got married, moved?
When I got married, moved.
So
I
wait a
had
minute,
some
you had
things
taken
in my
some of his-
garage. Yeah, I had a
From
whole
house to house.
bin. I had a whole bin of stuff. And here were my thoughts behind it. I said, well, you know what? I had kept some of his athletic clothes.
Yeah.
And a pair of his tennis shoes. I was like, the boys may want to hold on to this, you know. But it was all so dated, you know. So, but those were my intentions, to hold on to it, to give to the boys. But you know, I had to separate. I had to.
You were
leave
moving into a new chapter,
I had to
so-
leave it in the past. Yeah.
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 Oh,
but that's
wow.
hard. That is
It's
difficult.
hard.
It is hard. It's
and even
hard.
when I had the dumpster, I said I may be a hoarder, because I was throwing stuff away, but then I would find myself bringing some stuff back in. And then I found DJ taking some stuff that I had gotten rid of his dad's and bringing it back in. And when I saw him on the camera doing that, I said, you know what? I'm going to just let that be.
Yeah.
Because clearly he has a need for
Yeah.
some things.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. I know we got all off track, but that song,
That song can take. Well,
Yeah.
that song kind of took us there.
yeah, it did. The song,
Yeah,
because
the
that's
song
what
took
she's
us there.
kind of, I know what it's like to feel that kind of loneliness, you
Yeah.
know, and that kind of emptiness. And I done called you in the wee hours of the night.
Oh, girl, yeah, we've called each other.
right?
Absolutely.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, okay, what is the message that I'm supposed to be getting? Because, you know, when you lose someone you love, it's kind of like you think it's going to be like in the movies.
Right.
You know, you lose someone, you lose your partner, your spouse, and then like in Tyler Perry movies, you know, then you end up getting this amazing partner. And I'm
Yeah.
like, when is this supposed to happen for me?
And Keisha, I promise you, that's exactly how. Well, you know what? I had gotten comfortable with the idea that I may not find love again. And that's and oddly enough, when I just started to think, you know, not that I wouldn't be in love.
But I remember us kind of
al-
having a conversation about this,
We
and you
did.
had kind of
We
said,
did.
you know what, I'm gonna just grow my business, raise my boys, and what happens.
Yeah,
happens.
and that was my focus. That was my focus. But I do always remember people telling me, well, you know, you better get somebody in your life before those boys get too old, because,
Right.
you know, they're going to be, you know, they may clash, they may not
Right.
accept him. And I always had those thoughts too. And like, dang,
Right.
whoever it is, I want my boys to be
Right.
able to accept them and they have a good relationship. And the older they get, the more
Difficult that's
comfortable,
gonna be.
difficult that's going to be,
Yeah.
because I have been alone for so long.
Right.
So, but timing is everything.
It
And
is.
what you just said about the secret, you know, the book you were reading, The Secret, and how they prepare you, I really truly feel like the timing in which it happened, I was ready then. Like mentally, you know, spiritually, and even holding on to,
Yeah.
like that is a big piece that you, even when you get to that point, there's still a part of me that's like, okay, I got, it's hard to let it go. It's
I
hard to let
know.
go. But when I did, I'm like, man, it felt so freeing. Like this is, because no man, you know, they'll always be sympathetic towards your experience, you know, but at the end of the day, that man wants to feel like the most important person in your life.
Absolutely.
And not that you carrying baggage from a previous relationship.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I owed that to my husband.
Yeah,
I owed that to
absolutely.
my husband. Although as a woman, you know, we internalize and process things differently than men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know I'm familiar with a friend of mine who he lost his spouse, right? Maybe about 5 years ago. And he was married a year and a half later. He remarried.
In 18 months.
In 18 months, he was
But see,
remarried.
and then let me tell you something. Society ain't got damn problem with that. But let me tell you, because let me tell you something. If the shoe had been on the other foot, them heifers would have been lined up my driveway with bun cakes and casseroles trying to get out. They was up in there before he died. Right. So I know what they would have been trying to do.
Yeah.
If I had been the one to go. It's like society would have been like, oh, he needs somebody to help him raise that pretty little boy. Yeah. Well, like I don't. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had some people,
But they're more forgiving to the man than I think, because they think,
they feel the man needs the help with the baby, but I don't understand why they don't feel the same need. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, listen, I know it would have been some side eyes on me. It would have been some side eyes. And I don't think I would have done it any differently, because I wasn't mentally ready anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
I was nowhere near mentally ready. I probably really haven't been until the last couple of years, maybe.
Oh, baby, you ready now, though.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm put out 2020.
Yeah, summer 2020, because DJ graduates. I already had people ask me, can they be my flower girl? Everything good. When I posted that on my Insta story, people was on in my DM like, oh my God, I'm claiming this with you and I'm coming to the wedding. I'm like, oh, well, we got to find a groom.
But your words are so powerful. Words are powerful. And what you put out there, I mean, if you have planted that seed, and continue to think those thoughts and be specific in your requests and your prayers. But I feel like God's gonna honor that.
Well, I appreciate that. You always rooting for me. So how was your week? I got off track, but
girl, well, my week was good. I got to spend some quality time with my husband.
All right now.
Yeah, we've been doing all this, recruiting stuff with Chase and gone every weekend to AAU basketball. But we got to go to the movies on Friday. Girl, I saw Equalizer 2. Have you seen that?
No, but I keep hearing it.
Lord.
I think that's going to be a weekend thing this weekend, since it's going to be a long weekend.
Denzel is amazing. Like that movie is so. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat, like jumping.
And I just love him. He's still killing it at 60 years old. Oh my God.
Killing it.
I tell you.
So so that's a great movie if anybody has not seen it. So we got to do that and then got to hang out a little bit afterwards. And then we got to see Beyonce on Saturday.
How was that? I've seen it all up and down my timeline.
B and J, they are really the king and queen. I mean, all hail to them, because that show was unlike anything. I mean, girl, the stage moved. So you have the floor seats, and then in the middle of the floor, her stage moved on top. It was like,
oh wow,
yeah, it moved over the crowd, right. So she's performing on the stage, and then it's moving over the crowd that's on the main floor. And I'm like, I could imagine that experience for those people on the who have floor seats, like how incredible that was.
Yeah, I mean, my brother and his wife went last night, and they said that everybody's saying the same thing. Production, like the production, Ming put it on her Insta story. Production, everybody's talking about production, like, and but I mean, and I love them because they are so unapologetic right now about what they're doing and how they're doing it. They don't. First of all, they don't need it, but they don't care. They are unapologetically black, and I love that.
Yes. And not ashamed,
and not feeling like, well, we got to toe this line, because but they're at a place in their career where they can do that. You know what I mean?
And they still draw everybody. Like, we were in a suite, but the suite directly to the right of us was filled with Caucasian people, and then the suite to the two suites down from that was Caucasian and Asian people. Right. So everyone loves them.
Yeah, everyone loves them. Everybody loves them. Everybody definitely loves them. So that is amazing. Yeah, I heard it was everything. So,
but look, we because we are getting a little older, so we left a little bit early.
Y'all didn't watch the whole show. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
We trying to fight the crowd. We trying to beat the crowd, because we parked in the parking deck. I'm like, I don't want to be stuck in this parking deck behind.
That is definitely.
Yeah. So girl, we left right when they were doing Ape-ish, right? And that song gets you so hyped. So I'm super crunk while I'm walking down the hall to the elevator, and we missed it right before we left right before all the madness broke out. Did you hear about that? The concert goer that jumped on the stage.
What?
Yes, girl.
Oh, I know they lit his. I know he.
Oh no, they lit him up. Dancers got to him before even the security did.
How in the world did he get to the stage?
I don't know how he crawled. He crawled on that stage. He was intoxicated, and he was walking. So this was as B and J were exiting. So they're walking towards the back of the stage. They're holding hands, and this dude jumps on the stage and starts walking towards them. So them dancers got to them, honey, attacked him even before the security got there.
They don't play by Queen Bee.
Oh no, they don't.
They don't play by Mama.
But they didn't even press charges though.
They just don't. they cleared. I mean, they had Lil Duval open for them, and he had went hard on that picture that they posted. So the fact they opened, they living their best life.
They really are.
Like, we're not tripping. People feel how they feel. To have him open says a lot about them.
Yeah.
Because he, the Beehive came for him.
Oh, I know he did.
On that.
I know, and I know he felt it too. He always acts like he's not bothered, but I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
That time he was.
Absolutely, and that's why he said yes when they said, "Would you open?" Yeah, definitely. So that was good.
So between that and then, my son Chase, who I've been talking about so much lately, but I'm like, he got a lot going on.
He does.
He got a lot going on. So he had narrowed his list of schools down to 5, and we decided he made his decision. He started to forego his last 2 recruiting visits, which were Georgia and Oklahoma, and he decided to commit to Clemson.
Wow.
So he had his big
So proud of
reveal
Chase.
last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Girl, and it was super emotional for me too, because I'm like, man, this is just crazy, because Chase is my child that, I mean, we're super close.
Right.
And he, he cooks with me. Like
He does. He's always been the one. I mean, all of your boys love you, but Chase has always been, he's more of the mama's boy to me.
He is. He's like he's like my right hand. He's like my right hand. But just to see him make his own decision. Like he of course there was a heavy influence because, I played ball at the University of Georgia. His father played football at the University of Georgia. His brother plays football at the University of Georgia.
Right.
So of course, naturally, people are going to say, oh, Chase going to Georgia.
Right.
And so there was a lot of influence and pressure for him to make the decision to go there. But he, explored those options, and he had a connection with the staff at Clemson, and he just knew. He knew that's where he wanted to be. And I said, are you sure you don't want to, just take the other 2 visits? And he said, no, Mama, I know.
And when you know,
and when you
gotta make the move.
So who am I to try to, persuade him to do anything else? Like, if you know, I'm gonna let you have that. I respect that about you as a young man.
I was going to say, that's a man stuff. That's
a man. Yep. That's a grown man decision you just made.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so girl, we just happy right now. Like, that's just so
God
cool.
is good.
God is
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. DJ was texting me like, I think Chase is making his decision. Mom. I think it's gonna be Clemson. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Clemson. I said, okay, DJ. Literally, you and I, because you had actually shared it with me a little bit beforehand. And I told you, I said, DJ texted me right there. Like he's like hyped, like it's LeBron, and then he put it on his Insta story, like, good job, bro. Proud of you. Da, 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 da.
It's so because they be excited for each other.
They do. They are. Because Jaden DM'd me a couple of weeks ago, just checking on DJ. How's he doing?
Yeah.
I said, he's good. He said he's still sticking with basketball. Yeah, he's doing the baseball. I would let him know if he need anything. I just love Jaden. Jaden is just like,
sweet.
And told me if DJ needs anything, because DJ loves Clemson, but he actually started with a new team this weekend.
Okay.
And he impressed the coach. He hit 87 miles per hour, I think, pitching.
Wow.
Yeah. So the coach is like, by the end of the season, we're gonna have you at 90. He's only 16.
Right.
So for him to be, I think that's going to be his ticket.
Yeah.
Because I mean.
So is that his which position? Well, I know he pitches, but what other position?
Well,
does
the
he
interesting
play?
thing, this coach feels like he can play first base.
Okay.
And he's been right field, center field, like he's been in the outfield.
Yeah.
And then pitching. But this coach actually tried him out at first base and said he did okay. I was kind of shocked because that's never been, his thing.
Yeah.
But I think pitching is going to be what takes him to the next level, because you cannot tell him, like he posted on his Insta story the other night, my time is coming. My brother said he walked around his party like he was an athlete already with that diamond necklace on. I said, before we left the house, he came and I said, DJ, you look so nice. But I just, one thing, can you please take that diamond necklace off? those dust chips of dust.
Girl, you can't tell me nothing.
He said
they get them from Greenbrier.
Girl,
at the little
my
kiosk.
Gosh, yes. And he said no.
$25.
He said no, Mama. He said no, Mama. I can't take my chain off, Mama. He said because this gonna be real one day.
I know that's right.
Because he has a cross that he wears and it broke, and I haven't gotten it repaired. Because DJ has a very strong relationship. A very strong relationship with God. Like, he really does. And since he was a little boy.
Yeah.
I remember when I bought him the childhood Bible, and I would just watch him on the camera after his dad died, just reading that Bible every night. He read it from front to back, and I think he was trying to gain some understanding, because you have to think about, he was 7.
Yeah.
Well, he was 6 turning 7, and your dad goes to work and just never comes home.
Yeah.
He was trying to get some understanding.
Right.
And so ever since then, he's always wanted a cross. So
here's what I applaud you for, and I can applaud myself for when I look back. Like, we instilled, we instilled that in our sons. Mm-hmm. And I think what you can do more for your children than anything else outside of pouring, putting them in activities and trying to, nourish whatever their interests are or nurture whatever their interests are, and trying to put them in the best schools.
Right.
But instilling that foundation of them having a relationship, their own personal relationship with God.
Right.
Like that's more important than anything.
Right. And not being afraid to talk about it and not being shy and feeling like you can't talk about it. Because I've seen him post stuff and I'm like, I'm glad that he's comfortable with that, and that he stands firm in that.
Because that goes against the grain. Everybody's not doing that, especially in their generation.
Absolutely.
Like, no, the kids are not doing that.
No, they're not. So, but anyway, so that was that. Anything else for you this week, B?
No, girl, I think we covered most of it.
So I guess we're going to move on to our Let's Keeping It Real segment. Mm-hmm. Now,
this is a good one.
Mm-hmm. So, and I don't even know I kind of do know what made me come up with this topic, but I'm going to leave that alone.
No, I don't think you should. Like, I'm curious because we haven't even talked about that.
Right.
You sent it and I was like, ooh, that's good.
I think because, I've experienced this in my life.
Yeah.
And the topic that we're going to kind of get into is when your girlfriend glow up is faster than yours.
Yeah.
And another way of saying it is, when your girl life start moving in the direction that you wish yours was.
Right.
And it seems like it's taking a little bit longer.
Right.
I don't think I told you this, but I kind of felt like that when you got engaged. And not in a way where I wasn't happy for you.
Right.
But I kind of felt like, when is my time going to come?
But because we were connected in that way for so long.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, we go from being the widow sisters,
right, exactly,
the sisterhood of widows, to now she has a fiance, a boyfriend, and it went fast. It went from boyfriend to fiance real quick.
And the way you told me, you sent me a text, and you used one of my colloquialisms. You said, "Me, but while back at the ranch, this happened," and it was a picture of a diamond ring in my phone, and I said, "What the waka fucka baby shit, girl? That went up, But I was just, and so I felt that tinge of jealousy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to feel like this. This is my best friend, one of my best friends, and I'm happy for her. But there was a part of me that felt jealous a little bit.
But you know what? I think that's more so because you desire the same thing. So, but it's not, I don't want to call it jealousy.
Well, no, jealousy is not the word to use because I'm certainly not, I'm super happy, but I felt like I was losing my friend.
Yeah,
a little
we talked
bit.
about that.
Right. And it made me pull back for a while, but you're right. Jealousy is not the word because I was truly and genuinely happy.
Right.
But there was a part of me that did feel like, well, why not me? When is my time? Even though you had been, 3 or so years before me in terms of losing Bryce when I lost Daryl. But I felt that a little bit. And it took me back to, as I watch you now, you were my mentee.
Yeah.
And look at you outselling me. Yes. You know what I'm saying now? So it's like, what the, but I'm in a different space and I'm doing some other things that I haven't even shared with about, but, still do really well. But it's just watching your glow up. And I said, I'm sure there are other women that kind of may have those same type of feelings. Now we're sisters. So no matter what, but.
And the fact that we can have this conversation about it,
But I had a situation years ago where it wasn't pleasant like that. And it was one of those situations where I knew she was flat out jealous of me. And it bothered me because every time it was time to celebrate me, I feel like she couldn't show up for me for whatever reason. It was always, but I knew at the end of the day it was an excuse.
Right.
And I got to a place in my life where I just didn't need that kind of energy anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I said, how do people handle that when they, I've seen whole friendships, and not just girlfriends, guys too. I've seen whole friendships fall out because of jealousy.
Yeah. But I think a part of your growth, your evolution as a person, because we all grow at different phases of life, but everybody can't go with you where you're going.
Now you said a word.
And it will reveal itself. Even without you having to, point people out and single people out. It is a natural kind of a process that happens. So, me personally, like I haven't had a per se, I have had an experience like that, but it was like when I was in my early 20s. And, that's when we all just young and crazy. But since I've, that one experience taught me that everybody doesn't expect or you can't expect people to think or treat people like you would.
Right.
So in that experience where it was a really, really bad situation with me and one of my girlfriends, and I learned because I was so hurt behind her betrayal. So when that happened, it showed me that, man, even the people that are closest to me, I gotta
have mercy.
I gotta keep a close eye just to make sure that isn't happening.
Right.
So even like I didn't recognize it when it was happening before, but I think since that experience is kind of what taught me to make certain that my circle is tight. You know, it's tight. And if you see any red flags about that kind of foolishness, then you gotta eliminate it when it happens. But I
find it hard to eliminate. It took me years to have that fierce conversation with her.
Yeah.
I mean, this was after Daryl. You know, I mean, it took me years, and relationships evolve. But I mean, you know, I'm trying to say it without saying it, because if I say too much, that people will figure it out. But about the other situation, not mine. But I had one of my family members who had one of their best friends after, I'm talking about 30-some years of friendship, and to pretty much betray her. And I mean,
do you think it stemmed from
it was
jealousy though?
It was
jealousy.
100% jealousy.
Yeah,
it was 100% jealousy. And so I think that, and I don't think that a person who betrays you, or because I think sometimes people are like, oh, they were never your friend. I don't necessarily think that.
Right.
I think success, when one person is getting more success, can turn a friend to a frenemy.
Right.
And the reason they're a frenemy is because they still maintain a level of friendship with you. Enough to share sometimes in your success, but at the same time, they kind of be low-key plotting on you. And that's the most dangerous person you could ever have around you.
Yeah, that's scary.
Like 100%. That's a dangerous person, because they can be in your face, kiki kaka. They can be calling you. Your child can be saying auntie and uncle so-and-so. And meanwhile, back at the ranch.
That's deep.
They plotting.
But Keisha, it happens too.
It happens every day.
So how do you guard yourself? How do you protect yourself from that?
See, and that's the thing about it. I feel like I lived my life so guarded for so long.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore. I'm open to love in all aspects. You know, friends. Well, I don't know about friends. I'm kind of full on friends.
Yeah, no, you have to be like that. No new friends, motto. Whenever I'm like, no, I that's true. Like I'm not trying to be
like, I got my friends. We require a lot from each other.
Yeah,
and so I don't know that I have a lot of room for more good girlfriends, like the ones that I'm close to, that I talk to all the time.
A whole gang of good girls. It's only a couple of people that you should even feel comfortable with sharing your most innermost personal like experiences. Like everybody doesn't deserve that.
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Now you said a word then. That's the truth.
Yeah, everybody doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, but I don't want to. So I think you know, we play guarded sometimes, but I think that when you first get that little oomph, you gotta kind of put them in a different place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you get that, because it's always that intuition.
And
like,
that's discernment.
That's discernment. So you kind of have to be obedient to your discernment.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, like I said, I'm in a place now where I'm doing things I've never done before. And of course, I think that brings around other people.
Yeah.
But I'm just true to my crew. I'm good.
That's the best way to be, Keish. And I'm okay with that, because I'm in the crew.
I know, because you sure will feel some type of way about this.
No, we don't play about each other.
Yeah,
now.
we don't.
We got a real tight little circle.
Yeah.
And when one of us aren't showing, because you know, even like our girlfriend Renee, right?
Yes.
And Renee is everybody's best friend, right? Like I don't know any person that has more best friends than Renee. But when you show yourself as friendly as she does, I can understand it.
Yeah.
But Renee is that friend that will take whatever secret you have to the grave. Okay, so people trust her in that way because she's proven herself to be that, you know, discreet, you know, as far as a friendship is concerned. So that's what I love about her.
Right.
But, you know, if she see me and you hanging out too much and she ain't invited, she gonna feel some kind of way.
She feels some type of way.
She's gonna feel some kind of way.
We get the group text for sure, a response on the DM of the picture.
Yeah, and we do the same thing with you. You know, if you have too many outings with Aaron and Ming, and we're like, okay, Heifer, how many more times y'all gonna go hang out? It's our turn.
It is. It's so funny. That's why I said, like, girlfriends, it's but I always say, and I stress this even on my Insta stories, you can get through anything in life with good girlfriends.
Yes.
And you need them. And it's important that you maintain those relationships. And I know sometimes we as women, when we fall in love, honey, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna take some time away for y'all when I fall in love with you.
And we'll be okay with that.
What I mean? Okay. But you know, because you have to tend to your relationship and nurture it and all of that. that.
yes.
But you have to have your girlfriends. I could not have made it to the other side of everything I've been through without you and without, it's some few key people that have truly been at 2:00 in the morning, people that I could call. So, I think that's super important. But I think it's a real topic because like I said, I've seen some relationships around me evolve and change when I saw one person have success, and I've seen some betrayals come from that. So, I don't know if it's a way. I think it's a part of life.
It is.
You're going to go through that.
And you just got to navigate your way through it. And I feel it's so funny because we kind of joked about me as of lately, being more comfortable having fierce conversations. Right. Because I've not always been that way.
No, I'm so proud of you.
It was a point where I was like, oh man, you know what? That person pissed me off, but you know what? I'm just going to write them off.
Exactly.
I'm not going to, my way of dealing with it was not dealing with it.
Exactly.
When it could have called for even just having a conversation.
Right.
To express how I felt and how I was offended by it. And, it doesn't have to be it can be in a diplomatic way. It don't have to be all right, you did this, you get up, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It don't have to be like that.
Right.
So that's what I've had the courage lately to do more
I'm so
of that.
proud of you,
Girl,
too.
I'm proud of my damn self.
You are. I'm so proud of you because, you read that book about, 4 years ago?
I ain't even finished the whole book. Chapter 1.
I'm like, that
I got
book.
to chapter 1. I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds good. Maybe one day.
But you've been having some fierce conversations,
Girl,
and I'm
yeah.
proud of you for that because that is definitely out of your comfort zone.
Yes, it is.
Definitely out of
So
your
I feel
comfort
good
zone.
about that.
Yeah.
I told you part of me where I got that from. I was listening to a podcast, and here's ladies, if you don't listen to Oprah's Super Soul Sundays, so she has she interviews some amazing people on her podcast, and it was one, she's an author. Her name was Marianne Williamson. And she made this one quote, which just stuck with me. It struck a chord with me. And I'm like, wow, that's good. She said that you are either moving in the direction of fear or in the direction of love, right? And fear is if you're holding on to bitterness or resentment. And she said it doesn't do anything but hurt you. It doesn't do anything to the other person.
That's true.
So even if you've said, if you're harboring unforgiveness, and it could just be having a conversation with somebody to get it off your chest and let them know how you feel and where you stand, then you've done that. You've released that, and it's almost like a burden that's being lifted. So and that's kind of where I am right now. And so I think that's what's kind of given me the courage to just kind of say how I feel instead of just holding on to it.
That's a good quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good quote. That's why you and Miko, I felt like y'all kind of gang up on me the other night at dinner when I was saying, I didn't want to do something in particular. Y'all kind of,
You needed that though.
I mean, it's your opinion,
No, it was
clearly you
facts.
felt like I needed it. Both of y'all, I was like, "Whoa, this too much." I can't. It's how my brother talked about with me and his wife in the same room. He said, "I can't deal with both of the Keishas at the same time." And you and me go together. It was like, I told my brother. He said, and I'm thinking he was gonna kind of be sympathetic to me. He was like, "No, that's what you need.
Yeah,
that's what you need."
And
He
it
said,
was.
"You
And
quit
you
to give
think
somebody else that."
Oh no, she good for that. But she left that conversation, I think, feeling somewhat empowered by
I did.
that
I feel like you
conversation.
guys empower me, and it's another part of just girlfriends is having the right tribe, because you got some people who will be comfortable with you living in fear.
Yeah.
Because if they know if you get outside of that, you're gonna be too fierce.
You're gonna glow
to
up.
keep that relationship.
It's gonna be the glow
yeah,
up.
it's gonna be the glow up. So that you got to be careful with the people that are around you and the people that speak and feed into your fear, opposed to the people that are saying, "We're not letting you do this."
That's right.
You know what I mean? So
that's strong.
I appreciate y'all for that. I really,
You're
in the
welcome, girl.
moment, especially since I wasn't drinking.
Right.
Woof. Y'all were.
And I commend you for that because, like, she's made the decision to not drink during the week.
Right.
And typically when we get together, me and her or me and Renee or Miko and all of us, we will have us some cocktails.
Right.
At the Black People Cheers.
Right. That's
Just if
cheers.
y'all don't know what the Black People Cheers are, if you go to, it's a restaurant called Baltimore Crab and Seafood. I love promoting Black-owned businesses that are great. I mean, their food is excellent. But we call that the Black People Cheers because, you go, you see everybody gonna see them there.
Yep.
So you get to like just dap people up and say hey and network, and it's like everybody
And
is
it's
the same.
and it's owned by a sister.
Yes,
Sheena.
yes.
And so she's actually opened up one on Butner Road. They have one on Peter
they
Street.
opened one on Butner?
Girl, yes, you didn't know?
Oh my God, I did not know
We'll
that.
have to go celebrate
I'm
over
excited.
the weekend.
Yeah.
When I can drink.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been trying to cut back on the alcohol because it puts on so many unnecessary calories, and I told y'all I'm at critical mass. I got to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation, and
But that is commendable. Like I applaud you for being able to do that because I'm like disciplined in certain areas, but I feel like I don't want to turn into an alcoholic because damn it, I be drinking like 3, 4, 5 times a week. I'm like, some gotta give. Okay, so let me at least try to, not do the sugary alcoholic drinks. Do like,
red wine.
vodka and tonic or.
But see, that some with that vodka, because I'm gonna tell you, I've drank before, like my whole adult life, and a little bit beforehand, I used to take my auntie drinks, but. It's some about when you. I did. My auntie Betty Jane. She not dead. I was gonna say God rest her soul.
Don't you be wishing that on.
I just had seen her. I done killed the woman. I'm damn. She's still alive. I just had seen her a long time. But anyway, girl, she would leave her cool cigarettes and her drink and her. I'd be sitting up there 9 years old, cross. I would smoke that cigarette and be sick as hell later. Oh, that's probably why I don't smoke.
I think all kids
this
have done
day.
that.
Oh
my
my gosh.
Girl, growing up in Gary, Indiana, my mama had an orange Pinto. You remember Pintos?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And she was a smoker too. And me and my friends would go sit in her car, and we would get one of the butts and light up one of the butts. But I think that's what turned me against smoking, because both of my parents were smokers.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I think even trying it out then, I was like, oh, this is disgusting. So I never ever smoked.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I smoked my Aunt Betty Jean cigarettes, and then when I went to Paris for the first time when I was in 9th grade. But I went to a performing arts high school.
Okay.
And so we had to go over there and perform. And honey, I drank more rum and coke. That's why I can't stand the smell of rum right now to this day. Because over there, you was just living life.
Yeah,
I mean, girl, I drank so much rum and coke over there and smoked cigarettes. Had me a little Parisian boyfriend for the week was over there. I was just hot.
You was living your best life.
I was living my best life long
In the
before
ninth
the
grade.
9th grade. So rum and coke I don't do, and cigarettes I can't stand it. It's just like, but probably from way back then. But anyway, so yeah, I think that was a good topic for us to talk about. And I love to get the feedback of other, because I guarantee you this is a topic that we're gonna get some emails, some DMs on this one.
Yeah.
I'm sure, and how they dealt with the fallout.
Right.
And I believe that what you said is valid, that everybody that comes with you can't go with you. And that's just the way it is.
That's a hard, that's
and
a
it's
tough
hard,
one.
but it's hard,
but it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Everybody that comes with you cannot go with you. And I mean, I know there may come a time when I just can't take you with me. Just be prepared.
But you know what? I think it helps when you're both in the same space, or not, because we're not in the same space.
Right.
Of course, I've remarried, and
Right.
you are going in that direction.
Right.
She got some prospects lined up, a whole stable. I'm like, go girl. But it's like, but I think we're a little different, and I don't know. People kind of look at our relationship like, I can't believe, like you said, you hear that too, that you guys are friends, you're both in the same industry.
Right.
And, but I'm like, that has never been an issue for us. Ever.
Never. No, I mean, and I don't have no problem. When I see Brady do something from a marketing perspective, we're like, well, who did it?
Yeah.
The same with Biko. And Biko is very private and very tight on her stuff.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, we clicked, and I just think we all want to empower one another, because I am a true believer that what God has for me is for me, and nobody can take it away.
But you started that, Keisha, because our friendship, the way that we met and how you kind of invited me in and, mentored me. And I'm like, how in the world, like that was the foundation of our friendship.
Yeah.
So it's like, why wouldn't I reciprocate that? So it's like that is, and you were at the height of your career when we met.
But it was just something about you. I had never done that before. And I do it now with agents from all over. I try to, help people where I can. But, we now know why.
Right.
But like I said, I had never done it before. And I really, not to this degree, I haven't done it since.
Yeah.
But that was God. That was divine.
Oh, it was.
Period.
It
but
was.
But a lot of people get help like that and get people to sew into them, and when they glow up, they don't reach back, and that is probably one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to help new agents as much as I can.
And that's commendable, because I'll be honest with you, like I've had situations where I've had people reach out to me, and it's so daunting because you can't reply to everyone, and but I do have some people that I've mentored, whether it be my baby cousin, my assistant, my Ashton, who I refer to as my Ashy, but we'll just kind of let the hat out the bag, or is it the cat or the hat?
Well, whatever you say, because you told me
Okay,
last time, don't always be trying to correct you, so I ain't saying
you can correct me when it's not gonna make me try to feel bad.
No, I don't know. It's cat.
Cat. Which
whatever.
one? Cat.
The cat and the
cat.
hat.
The cat out the bag.
Cat out the bag. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna let the cat out the bag, because what we're putting out there will be revealed pretty soon.
Right.
So me, you, and Miko, we are putting together something that will help guide and
right.
help agents.
Yeah.
Whether you're new or seasoned, or if you're a new agent.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times people don't understand as a seasoned agent, listen, sales can be tough. And if you're not mentally strong, if you're not in a good place and space mentally, it's hard to go out there and get the rejection, because you're going to have to get, you're going to get some no's.
Yeah.
In order to get to a certain amount of yeses. And so, so Miko, Brandy, and I decided to just put something together. The details will be released very, very soon, but we're going to see all of you guys really, really soon in the next 30 days or so.
Yeah, I know we have a lot of agent followers,
Yeah.
so we've kind of put a little sneak peek out there, but we're excited about that too.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to talk about that at a later time.
Yeah. So, okay. So on to our next segment. Y'all reach out to us and let us know if y'all have ever had a situation where you had a friend that became a frenemy. Mm-hmm. I'm curious about that.
Very
and
curious.
how y'all handled that.
Yes,
But we're going to move on to our next segment. Ish, my kid did this week. So, okay, listen to this. DJ got a little friend at his school. Now, I was okay when it was the friend at the other school, but now we got a friend at this school.
Oh, already.
Right. And you try to make me feel some type of way. And see, then I get all open,
but
and then he
Keisha,
go
I'm not
find
surprised. We just talked about how fine the boy is, okay? And he's an athlete. I mean, he stands out. He's tall. He's striking. He is that is not, I'm not surprised by that.
Right. But
there are more ethnic people at that school. So
that's what he gonna tell me. At least she black.
Yes, you should be happy.
That's what it was saying. But I was like, as soon as I start being open, like Brandon told me to be, here he comes. You know what I mean? But he's keeping things in perspective. But again, that probably, he hasn't done anything. He's such a good kid, but there's still this tint. I still feel like we're gonna have us a garage moment in a minute. Because like
regarding the girl?
No.
Oh,
he's a teenager. Like you said, I'm at a better place with that now. I really am. I appreciate you checking me on that. I'm in a much better place with that. No, he just has this air about him sometimes. It's like this morning, I'm like, what do you have attitude for? You don't do nothing but go to school and play baseball. I'm the one should have attitude. These people just told me it's gonna cost $3,800 for you to play for this team. I'm like, is there like a little league pro? $3,800. He talking about, well, I email you to break that down for me, because we gonna need it. I'm about to go put my leg out on Stewart Avenue. No, it's Metropolitan there. I mean, I can't. I'm like, who do they think I am?
Baseball is on another level for real.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, if he don't make it, I will feel some type of way, because I'm feeling like I need my money back.
I don't work too hard.
I don't work too hard. Y'all gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna tell you that right there. He gonna be on somebody. Y'all gonna give my baby a chance. I'm just tell you that right
it's
there.
It's gonna happen.
And I already told him I'm one of them
hard.
old school mamas. Hey, when you make it, I'm in the car with a client. I'm putting about $285. My son just signed a $50 million contract. Y'all can go ahead. Let me call somebody and see if they gonna meet y'all at this house, because I'm done. I have retired as of right now.
Change your voicemail.
Exactly. I'll put that something. Get a new number, honey. Yes, honey. We all getting on a private jet. Me and my girls, I'm spending his money. I want everything coming to me as your mama. I ain't gonna be one of them mamas talking about, yes, my son is making $50 million every 5 years, but I'm still gonna keep selling real estate. Y'all can put this license on active immediately.
No, but what about you can sell. You could pick and choose.
I don't want to.
You could pick and choose.
Brandon,
and
I don't even want to sell it. I
friends.
really don't want to work anymore right now. I've been through enough in my life. I feel like I should be a kept woman.
You can be kept by your son or kept by your husband.
One or the other. I'm good. My brother tired of helping. I know that much. I said that the other night at his thing. I said, I know you are so ready for me to get remarried. But he always said, nope. He said, I'd rather do what I have to do to help you than to have you somewhere in the wrong situation. Because, I know in my support group, when I was in a widow support group for the first couple of years, and I swear all of them were remarried within a year.
Really?
It was predominant.
Women?
Yes. Yeah. It was widows and widowers. But, some of them were older. And some of them were younger. And it was only a couple of blacks. And the rest of them, I don't know if I can say that, but white people seem to move on pretty quick. I don't know if it's culturally, I don't know, but they moves on. Like, okay,
You know what? It was so funny.
Charlie, I loved you, but I gotta move on.
I was watching Dateline the other night, right? And it was a story just about that, how it was a Caucasian couple, and her husband had died, and she had remarried that same year.
But it was Dateline, so she must have killed him.
No, she killed him.
It be like $5,000 in life insurance. I'm like, girl, y'all be killing these folks for a cruise. I be like, damn. Wow, they be killing their husbands for next to that. It's like, I really like Bobby. I met him at the factory, and I want to be with him, so I'm gonna kill Charlie. What the fuck? That motives be. They don't really need a lot. I'm just being honest. I'm just because you know I made Dateline and 48-hour ID added. I'm saying white people would kill their spots for the front. I'm sorry if y'all think I'm racist. I'm just saying facts. We can do the numbers. I'm telling you right now. Black women don't be killing their husbands like that. Like, because they don't be having enough life insurance. They more of a burden. Woo, girl, I'm gonna tell you something though. Lord have mercy,
I'm
Jesus.
crying. Oh my God.
Daryl, I guess I get a pension.
Yeah.
And don't nobody ask me to borrow nothing. But on the 27th of every month, my check hit for the rest of my life. So he might have been a police officer, and people say, "Oh, police officers make a lot of money," but. So anyway,
oh child,
yeah, honey,
we got off on a tangent on that one.
Yeah, we did. But anyway, that's that on that. So I don't even know how we got on that topic.
I don't either. I swear I don't know, but that was hilarious. What are we on? It's my kids.
It's my kid did this week. So DJ didn't really do anything. I just feel like we're gonna have a garage moment, and I think once we do, we're gonna be good.
Yeah,
because he's 6'4", almost 6'4" now. I don't know that I can physically really hurt him.
No, you can't. It's not going to hurt.
It'll hurt his pride.
No, and it's going to hurt you more than it hurt him. I remember the last whooping that I gave Jaden, who was my oldest, the football player. He had done something, just crazy, right? We were at him and his brothers. They were at their house. I guess this falls under ish my kids did, but this wasn't this week. This was several years ago. But it was him and his cousins, and I was out showing houses. This was during the summertime. And so we had 2-story house, and they decided that it'd be a good idea to jump from over the banister from the second story onto the couch, right?
Yeah.
And so all of them were doing that, all the brothers, and then my nephew, their cousin of mine,
Boy.
and then my niece was there. My 5-year-old niece was there, so she attempted to, but they stopped her, right? Mm-hmm. So I got home. And my niece, who is just a blabbermouth, she decided to tattletale on everybody, right? She tattletaled on everybody, and I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? Y'all could have broke your neck, bone,
right.
all kind of bones. Like, that was the craziest thing in the world to do. So, because he was the oldest, I said, I'm going to whoop your ass. Mm-hmm. You don't want to deserve the ass whoop because you were left here. I put you in charge.
Right.
You are a teenager. That just, you should have thought more, So, girl, I got my belt. And I started whooping that joker. And mind you, he was 13 at the time, and probably at least still 6 feet, 6 feet tall, and he's a football body, you know? So I started whooping that joker. Girl, I'm whooping him with all my might, and he blocking my whoops with his arm like he's Superman, And I said, you know what? I got so tired and frustrated. Girl, I just put that belt down. I just broke down and started crying. Because I said, I can't whoop, this isn't even effective.
Right.
So I just started crying. I was so frustrated. And I said, okay, this ain't going to work no more. I got to find a better way, a different way. Because, he stood there and took the whooping.
Right. He wasn't going.
Because his pride,
Right.
So he stood there, and then I saw one little tear come down his face, right?
Yeah.
Because his pride was more hurt than anything.
Right, exactly.
But in that moment, I realized that I can't whoop my son no more.
Right.
So you might be fighting a losing battle.
I don't whoop him. Well, I haven't whooped DJ in, when was the last time we had a garage episode? He probably was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
He's in 11th now. I got him back then, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like not Ali Frazier, more like Tyson and Buster Douglas the first time. The Buster Douglas is the one who beat Tyson, though, right?
It was, yeah.
Okay, no, so that wouldn't be it. But I whooped his ass.
You got
good.
You got him good.
Yeah, because he had he had lied to me, and anyway, but yeah, but that's been some years ago. I feel like now it's going to be more of a verbal thing, because even the other day I was telling him he had to go train, and it was this back and forth, and I was with clients, and I realized, I said, I've been going back and forth. I ain't going back and forth with you. That's what I basically said. Text back. I did a little Duval. I said, get your ass in Uber. Don't text me back until you're in Uber, and then text me when you get to your trainer.
I know that's
right. I'm
right.
not going to force you. I'm not going to debate with you to be great.
Yeah.
Because again, this is money that me and your uncle
I
don't have to be paying.
Right.
But then don't say nothing to me about wanting to be great.
Yeah.
Because this is what it takes.
What it costs.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but I realized, I said, he wouldn't do this with a man.
Yeah.
See, that's what I do know for a fact. So I ended up, let me tell you something. I knew he wouldn't have went back and forth 20 minutes with his daddy or my brother.
Yeah.
So I sent my brother a screenshot. I said, this is what I'm talking about. He may not be be blatantly disrespectful with the way that people consider disrespect, but that was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't be going back and forth on a text with you for 20 minutes to get your black ass to train.
Yeah.
And that's really what pissed me off. So I just sent it to my brother. My brother made one phone call. He texted back and was like, he just ordered Uber.
Isn't it amazing how they respond to men differently? And that's why, there's as single mothers, we do the absolute best that we can do. But we're still limited.
We're still
we can't be
limited.
men.
No.
And that's why, when people shout me out on, when I was single, when people would shout me out on Father's Day, I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
But I ain't no daddy.
No.
I'm a single mother doing the best I can, but I could never be a man to them.
Never.
There's certain things that men do, like even a relationship that my husband now has with my youngest son, Dylan. And Dylan reminds me of DJ because he fights me a lot. You know what I'm saying? He'll have his little finicky attitude and he does that with me, but he will not do that with Ryan.
Do it with
He don't
Ryan.
do it with
That's
Ryan.
what I'm saying.
So it's like it's a difference.
That's why I made the difficult decision I did to do what I did in terms of because
it was the right thing.
It was the right thing. He needs his uncle more. He needs a man in his life on a more consistent basis. And then I had to tell my brother, because sometimes I feel like because my dad was so hard on him, but I do feel like it made him the man he is. My brother's very successful,
right?
But at the same time, I feel like because my dad was so hard on him, he's not as hard as he should be. Because I remember one time I called him over to get on DJ about something, and I look on the camera and he over there doing DJ Chin like this, like, you're such a great kid. I'm like, what the hell is this?
That wasn't what I
called
expected.
him and said, why are you in that
right.
kiki kaka? Man,
but see,
you
their
just be
methods,
too emotional.
Their methods are even different. Like, we get so riled up and so, so emotional. And sometimes it just takes them having a simple conversation.
And it's a different level of respect. I mean, a woman can't be a man. And I with all due respect, like you said, we're single. Well, you're not anymore, but as single mothers, I know sometimes, we're bitter if the relationship didn't work out. Everybody's because of how we ended up single. And I know some women who they get bitter and they want to keep the kid from the dad or whatever. But I'm telling you, on everything I know, there's gonna come a time that you're gonna need daddy to be there.
Yep.
And I've seen situations where they send a kid when he's 14 and out of control, when you can't do nothing with him, but the years that he was coming up, you kept daddy from him.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's like I told one girl, she was going on and on, my baby dad ain't this. I said, you picked him, shit. So who you mad at? And you didn't pick him once, you picked him 3 times.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Pumpkin. So that's that on
that. That's
that.
that on that. All right. So we'll just move right along into our next segment. Because we're going to put 2 into 1. So, we normally talk about what's in your DMs, right? And today we want to use some positive words of aspiration or inspiration, whatever you want to say. So what I want to talk about was the love that I received and felt when I posted about Chase and him making his college decision, and people were just they were so excited for us. They just shared in the joy that I felt, and I felt it was genuine. People were sending me text messages and leaving comments, and then even on top of that, I was getting DMs about the fact that you've done so well with your sons, and that's so inspirational, and you inspire me. And I'm like, it feels good to just be living your life,
yes,
and being able to reach people in a way that they're touched or moved by your life, just how you live, and so that was kind of what's in my DMs.
I'm glad you shared that about Chase, though, because I feel like our black boys get, you would think the only, especially if you look at certain news channels, I swear the first 15 minutes ain't nothing but black men getting arrested.
Yeah.
And boys. But I think that we need to share more of those stories. Those are the stories that need to go viral.
That's right.
Especially coming from a single mother.
Yeah.
Because, I had a guy who said, folks beat me up about that clip that we put up last time. Like, oh, you got to let him be a man. That's why he needs a man more in his life. Well, you know what? I went out to the graveyard one time and tried to do a session to bring him back. He didn't come. Right. So I do the best.
So you're doing the best you can. That's right.
So, but yeah, I'm glad you shared it, because sometimes you get so like, it's so heavy with the negativity with our men and our boys.
So much of that.
So I'm just super proud of Chase. I watched his glow up, and he's just continued to shine. And so I'm proud. I'm a proud auntie too on that one. But I think what I want to say in terms of just inspiring, I get inspiration because last week I kind of was off the gram, and I had so many people in my DM. I think since I told people I had depression, they be in my DM like, you all right? Cool. You ain't got no butterfly for you,
off the ledge,
right? You know what I mean? But no, I just needed to take some time because I'm working on something, and I needed to really be focused on that.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be less of me on Instagram until I complete this thing that I'm working on, which I shared with you. But it does it really touches me the way people support us. I mean, it's big. Even our podcast. I mean, we're just 3 episodes in, and people sharing it and all that kind of stuff. We truly appreciate that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're gonna get right on in and wrap this thing on up. Land this plane.
I know we done circle the airport. So there is a mama on the move.
Yeah, B's going to tell us about this week's mama on the move.
Yeah, that we want to recognize this week. As you all know, we always like to take the time to recognize another mama on the move who is doing their thing and out here, being attentive to their family and also being attentive to their hustle and just doing their best to manage it all and keep it all together.
Right.
So we ask that you all, if you want to be recognized, we want to acknowledge you. So please send us an email to wearemamasonthemove@gmail.com. That's wearemamas on the move @gmail.com.
And guys, you can send in about your wives or your girlfriends or your sisters or whoever, and other mothers. You can nominate women that you know. It doesn't always have to be folks you sending in for yourself.
So the mother that we're going to recognize this week, I want to go ahead and just read you what she sent us because we both thought that she was befitting of being recognized this week. She said, "Hello, ladies. Neither of you know me personally, yet I feel like I know a little of you by your social media profiles. This is also how I stumbled across your podcast. I am so enjoying it. You two inspire me so much. I am also a realtor with 2 very young babies, Sophia, who is 18 months, and Vivian, 6 months. I've somehow managed to maintain my 6-figure income real estate business while being the primary caretaker. I have no childcare. What am I thinking? Well, I was thinking back then when I started this is why I would do real estate, so I want to be at home with them. So for the past 18 months, she's been doing that, taking care of her babies, but also maintaining her 6-figure income. Many times I felt overwhelmed or discouraged or flat out exhausted, but it's women like y'all who push me to keep it up. If you all do it, then I can do. If you all can do it and do it well with all you've got going on, then I know I have no excuses. I'm sure when these babies start school and I have a little more flexibility myself, and my business will be so much better than it already is. I'll definitely continue listening and cheering y'all on. Hopefully I'll get a chance to meet y'all in person around town someday soon. Maybe even co-op together. If you're up to it, add me on Instagram. Her name is Kate Sales ATL. That's her Instagram profile, and she attached a beautiful picture of her family, you guys. And oh my God, these girls are just gorgeous. Her name is Kate Wright, and she's with Better Homes and Garden Metro Brokers. So Kate Wright, we thank you for sending us this lovely picture of your family, and we applaud you for being a mama on the move.
Absolutely, and you have the same name my mama had.
Yes, Kate, we love that name.
We love that name.
So, well, y'all, we're going to bring this one to a close. But of course, we thank you again for listening. And until then,
keep moving, mamas.